Yes, sir. Good morning once again. Good morning once again. Following our first introduction to anatomy and physiology, we looked at various terminologies we use in anatomy and physiology, and today we are going to look at what we call the level of organization. So, the level of organization simply explains how various organ parts have been formed from a minute component to a complex component. And from our discussion, we said a cell is the basic unit of life, or it is the smallest basic component of an organism. And we said for each organism to be living is built with small components that we call the cells. And we said when these cells come together, they form a component structure called the tissues. So our level of organization simply explains to us how body structures develop from one to another. And we said the smallest basic unit of life is a cell. And basically we have two types of cells. That is the eukaryotic cells and the prokaryotic cell. So when these cells, either eukaryotic cells, prokaryotic cells, now this is learned in human beings, this one you can find it in bacteria and other species. But basically we shall look at eukaryotic cells. So when many eukaryotic cells come together, they are going to form what we call tissues. And from our discussion, we said tissues are a group of specialized cells that come together to perform specific function. And examples of those tissues, we have what we call epithelial tissues, we have the stratified tissues, we have the connective tissues. So, when more than one tissue come together, when more than one epithelial tissues come together, stratified tissues come together, connective tissues come together, they will form what we call an organ. So, meaning an organ is a group of tissues. So, organs, example of organs in our body, we have the kidneys, we have the liver, we have the brain, and we also have the heart. Though there are very many other organs, but this we have listed just for demonstration or for as examples. So, when more than one of these organs come up together, they are going to form various body systems. And examples of those body systems, we have the urinary system, digestive system, reproductive system, nervous system, endocrine system, skeletal system, name it all. So, we are having a system or systems comprising of various organs. And various organs comprising of various tissues, and various tissues comprising of various cells. So, from tissues, when these systems come together, they're going to form what we call an organism. And an organism here, for this case, we shall talk about human beings. We can also have the dogs, name them the cows, the cats, because those are all organisms. Meaning, in an organism, we have systems, like urinary system, like digestive system, like reproductive system, like nervous system, endocrine system, very many systems. Then, these systems, in them have organs. For example, in the urinary system, we have the kidneys. In the digestive system, we have the stomach. In the reproductive system, we have the testes. You get a point. So, there are these organs that are the building blocks of these systems. So, when you come to organs, these are the organs. So, these organs are formed by various tissues, like we earlier said, and likewise cells make the tissues. So, the beginning block is the cells. The cells merge together to form the tissues. Tissues merge together to form the organs. Organs merge together to form the organ systems, and systems form what we call the organ system. So if they ask you to describe the levels of organization of living organism, briefly they want you to explain how cells will form tissues, organs, organ system, and then organism. So this is our level of structural organization. Still to add more about our terminologies, we said we are still trying to see some of those terminologies we can use in anatomy and physiology. So we have terms like superior. So something superior is something that is up. So I've used this illustration to show that something that is up is superior. So superior means up, or something that is upper, the upper border of any given structure. Its opposite is inferior. So inferior means below or lower. So we have superior, upper, and inferior, below. So they ask you which structure is inferior to this organ, which means they want which structure is below it. Which structure is superior to this organ? They want the structure that is above. They also have terms anterior and posterior. Anterior is to the front, posterior is to the back. Meaning, as I stand like this, my anterior is the front part here. This is my anterior. And my posterior now is the back part of it. So anterior is in the front, posterior is behind. Anterior means in front, posterior means behind. So if you're asked which structure is anterior to this, it means they want which structure is in front of that part they have asked. Which structure is posterior? They want that part that is behind. So these are the directional terms. Superior, inferior. Superior up, inferior down. Anterior, posterior. Anterior in front, posterior behind. Then, also have other terms like medial. Medial is in the midline. If this is my human being, so the midline is that line that is going to divide this person into equal left and right. So this is the medial, the center of dissection from the equal left and right parts. So if that's the medial part or the media, it is the line that distinguishes equal left and equal right. So this is the medial area, is the center line that divides the given structure into two equal parts. Then the lateral is away from the middle. So meaning if I'm standing like this and I'm to be dissected, so where the dissection line passes, that's the medial. So away from that line becomes the lateral. So lateral is away from the medial, whereas medial is in the center. So those are our other terminologies we can look at.